Welcome to the Hustler's Corner podcast. I am your host, Emeka Menakaya. I'm an actor, entrepreneur, and a student of self-development. On each episode, my purpose is to bring you an inspiring message that supports your journey for growth in life. My intent is to leave you feeling empowered and motivated to push through any obstacles in pursuit of your goals and dreams. I'm grateful for your time with me today, so let's get started. Welcome to episode 4 of the Hustler's Corner podcast. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope 2019 is off to a great start for everyone and you are working towards your goals and dreams for the year. I'm excited about our focus for today. It's about goals, why it's imperative to set goals for ourselves, the important things to be aware of when setting goals, and what we need to do to ensure that we are able to achieve our goals. So, let's jump right in. So to start things off, what is the definition of a goal? Well, according to Wikipedia, the exact definition of a goal is a desired result a person or a system envisions, plans, and commits to achieve a personal or organizational desired endpoint in some sort of assumed development. Yeah, that's a pretty long definition. Here's a shorter definition by Webster. The results or achievement toward which effort is directed. I like both definitions, and they both reference a goal as a result or achievement, which is important to the human psyche and provides tremendous health benefits. Any form of planning you engage in is to reach a goal. It could be as simple as doing your weekly chores, planning a summer trip, or as complex as starting a new business venture and breaking down the individual steps you have to take to launch your new business. The wonderful thing about setting goals is that it helps to keep us focused as we go about our daily activities and thus serves as a direction for our lives. In order to hit a target, you have to see what you are aiming at, which requires vision. And you have to know why you are aiming for that target, which requires purpose. Here's a quote by Zig Ziglar. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. So true. It's very important to know why you are working towards a particular goal, what precisely you're trying to achieve, and by achieving that goal, what will it do for your well-being, or maybe for the people in your life. It could be family. Maybe it's getting a new job or to earn more income to be able to provide things for your family, or maybe you're the kind of person who likes to take challenges on for yourself by setting multiple goals, and you derive a sense of accomplishment or pleasure by achieving them, which is just as great. So there are a few things that are important when setting goals. I already mentioned having a vision for your goals. So let's start with vision. It's important to visualize your goal with the end in mind, knowing exactly what it is you want to achieve and what accomplishing your goal would look like for you. Is your goal to make it amongst the top 10% of your class versus 1%? Are you okay with coming off the bench for your high school basketball team? Or do you want to be in a starting lineup? Is your goal to make $500,000 in sales this year or $250,000? Through visualization, we can cultivate the creative process as to how we plan to achieve our goals. Now let's look at purpose. I also mentioned having a purpose earlier. We need to be clear what our purpose is for achieving our goals. Knowing what your purpose is for achieving your goal will give you tremendous motivation. It could be family, wanting to buy your mother that house, or provide for your kids. It could also be a deep desire for self-accomplishment, something that will motivate you to get out of bed in the morning and to push you to start working. It creates that drive and energizes your spirit because you know it will be worth it. So having a purpose for your goal is also very important. Now, the other thing we have to be aware of is planning. You can't achieve your goal without having a plan of action. For example, if your goal is to take a summer vacation, you got to plan ahead. You know you've got to do your research. You look at your hotel, airline prices for the best deals. You also need to know how much time you can afford to take off work. Or if you're going for an interview, you got to plan ahead. Practice interview style questions the day before. Do your research on the company and the folks who will be conducting the interview. You've got to know exactly how long it will take you to get to the interview as well, so you can plan to leave early and arrive on time. You've got to be aware of the several steps you will have to take to achieve your goals. So planning is important. And depending on what the goal is, you may have to write your plan of action or steps down on paper so you can track your progress along the way. Now, another thing that we must be aware of is discipline. You've got to be disciplined when working towards your goal. This means being grounded in yourself and doing even the little things that are necessary and sometimes repetitive to achieve your goal. This also involves doing things that you don't want to do. It could be waking up early every morning and making your bed, even if you don't want to get out of bed and you still feel sleepy. Or it could also mean going to bed early to make sure you get enough rest for the next day. Or if your goal is to stop smoking cigarettes, then you know you can't hang around others while they smoke, because you might just get tempted. So it's important that you remain disciplined when pursuing your goals. This will make you more effective and will ensure that your reward is even greater. Now, let's talk about why it's important to set goals for your life. Number 1, goals propel you forward. Having goals written down and actively pursuing them will give you something to look forward to. Written goals are an external representation of our inner desires. The common pattern is to have a goal, you start working towards it, but somewhere along the road, you might lose motivation for it, right? But if you have your goals written down and posted somewhere in your room, maybe on the mirror in the bathroom even, somewhere that you can see it every day, and you are reminded of why you wanted to achieve those goals and what you said you would do to get done. This enables you to focus and visualize on your goals, which is directly connected to your inner desires, thus giving you the energy and motivation to keep moving forward. Now, the next thing as to why it's important to set goals in your life is goals help you overcome procrastination. When you set goals for yourself, you make yourself accountable for the task. Unlike when you plan to do things off the fly, and it doesn't really matter if you get them done or not, your goal will always be a constant reminder at the back of your head, telling you that you need to get things done. Be careful when planning long-term goals though, because you can easily get distracted and begin to procrastinate. But if you break your goals up into smaller goals and you work on them one by one individually, then you'll be on the right path towards achieving your overall goal. Now, the third thing, goals allow you to measure progress. When you set goals for yourself, this allows you to measure just how much progress you are making. You know that you have an end point in mind, you know where you started, and you know your milestones to achieve in order to complete your goal. For example, if you're looking to launch a new product, you know you've got to come up with the requirements, then you have to finalize the design, do your testing, and be satisfied with the results so that you're comfortable enough to release the product out to the market. So it's important to be able to measure progress when we have goals set for ourselves. Now, the fourth thing is goals help us live life to the fullest. Setting goals enables us to live life to the fullest. By living every moment working towards your goals, you open the door for new opportunities and experiences to come into your life. You become more attuned with your higher self, and in doing this, you are aligned with your spirit. By setting goals for yourself, you keep pushing your limits and stepping out of your comfort zone, thus serving yourself and honoring who you are. So set goals and live life to the fullest. Now finally, I'm going to give you a few tips on how to achieve your goals. Number 1, set your goal. That's a no-brainer, right? Know what it is that you want to accomplish over the week, over the month, over the year. Write it down with absolute clarity and certainty. Number 2, take action. Now that you know what you want and desire for yourself, you have to take the necessary steps to act. It's one thing to write your goals down, and it's another thing to act on them. So take action towards your goals every single day. The third thing, be flexible. So you've started taking the necessary steps to achieving your goals, but along the way, things start to go south. So what do? You definitely don't stop. You might pause for a second to assess the situation and make the necessary adjustments required to keep moving forward. You may discover that a different method works, or a different path makes more sense. So be flexible and open to new ways of thinking and doing things when striving to achieve your goals. Now the fourth, embrace the 3 Ps. Most of us are familiar with the 3 Ps: patience, positivity, and perseverance. Number 1, you've got to be patient with yourself. Things don't always work as quickly as we'd like them to, but be patient, stay the course, and remain focused on your goal. On the second P, remain positive. As you strive to achieve your goals, you will experience roadblocks and challenges, no doubt. In moments like this, you've got to remain positive and optimistic. Being negative will only suck out the creative juices we possess as humans, plus it brings our energy levels low, and that affects our motivation. So remain positive, because when you reach your goals, you'll look back and smile at the challenges you faced. Because guess what? 1, they don't matter anymore. And 2, you beat them. Now the last P, perseverance. No matter what challenges come up, do not give up on your goals. The main reason why people don't achieve their goal is because they give up at some point along the way. So I encourage you to persevere. Keep your head down and keep grinding. Stay up on your hustle, and you will achieve your goal quicker than you think. Lastly, enjoy the journey. Life is about the journey, not the destination. Enjoy the process and steps along the way to achieving your goals. Be excited and appreciate every moment. A wise man once said, "Life is for living, not living uptight." So live in the moment and be present, because your arrival may be just around the corner. So to recap, we talked about what a goal is, a result or achievement toward which effort is directed. We also talked about the important things to keep in mind when setting goals. You've got to have a vision, a purpose, good planning, and be disciplined. We also talked about why it's important to set goals for our lives. Goals propel you forward. Goals help you overcome procrastination. Goals allow you to measure progress. And goals help us live life to the fullest. And finally, I gave you guys a few tips on how to achieve your goals. Number 1, set your goal. Write it down. Number 2, take action. Number 3, be flexible and open to new ways of thinking. Number 4, embrace the 3 Ps: patience, positivity, and perseverance. And number 5, enjoy the journey. Hey guys, I want to thank you for being with me today on the Hustler's Corner podcast. If you like what you heard, please share this episode with at least 3 to 5 people or anyone you think needs to hear it. If you would like to get the show notes from today's episode, you can go to the website www.thehustlerscorner.com and click on the episode tab at the top of the page. Make sure you check out next week's episode. I hope you have a blessed week, and let's continue to grow, inspire, and support each other. Thank you, and one love.